What's up, Ian? It's been a long time coming. I'm super happy to have you joining me today. Appreciate you hopping on. It's truly been a long time coming. I mean, I think you joined the program 2024, I believe. I think it was like summer. So it's been a long time coming. Had a long journey, and so I'm super excited to have you on. But I'd love for you really just talk to the viewers about like what your brand is, what niche you're in, and kind of just give them a little background about like your story, how you got started in e-com and all that.
Sure. So my brand is a natural fiber clothing brand. Started with socks. We also do underwear, shorts, sweatpants, boxers, pretty much like any basic product. We're sort of in that, category. I started without any e-com experience, not even really knowing I was getting into e-com. I just had a product that I wanted to make. It wasn't out there made with natural materials. So decided to make it, started posting on Twitter about it, got some initial traction there, and then realized I had a brand. So a lot of people go into e-com like, I want to start an e-com brand. What's the product? I started with the product first.
Awesome. And I remember when we first chatted, it was kind of you were solving a kind of a problem for yourself because you were an athlete. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So we make a type of sock that, is just better for the feet. I had an athletic injury myself and kind of dove into all of that stuff and realized there was a gap in the market, not necessarily because there was it wasn't an economic, like a strategy. It was just that I really wanted this product to be out there. So it started with a super small order, took a few months to get it right with the factory and going through a few factories with samples and everything, but then started with, I think, 1,000 units, super small order, really like not a huge amount of money invested into it either. So it was not crazy, difficulty to get off the ground.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, like on that note, can you kind of share like where you were kind of before joining the program and like why did you kind of seek out, a mentorship, and then kind of after the mentorship, where's the business now?
So we started, as I said, with 1,000 pairs of socks. I was posting on Twitter for a few months before that and ultimately was able to build up an email list of 200 people, which doesn't sound like a lot right now, but it was enough so that on day one, we were able to launch that list successfully. But that kind of faded off. So then it was, kind of just here and there, like 2-3 orders a day. Didn't really know where they were coming from. As long as I was getting an order every day, I knew the business wasn't, completely gone, but had to figure out a way to actually turn it into a real business rather than just like a small list of people bought a few products. So realized that we had to do more than post on Twitter to get our message out there. Doing well organically is really difficult. So decided to explore Meta. And there's so much information out there on YouTube. Everyone's has a different strategy. You don't know what to trust and you're spending real money. And it's most of the time it's your money. So I just wanted like a source of truth and someone who had experience, spending and scaling, Meta ads, and found the program on Twitter as well. And I've seen other brands that were kind of in the health niche, which is where we are, and, had scaled, with your help. So yeah, just was looking for some guidance and, trying to figure out how to reach more people, which, Meta ads are a great way to do.
Yeah, definitely. And so I guess describe like revenue wise, would you say you're like at 4 or 5 figures when you came into the program? And then kind of where would you say?
Yeah, we launched in the middle of May. So that first, 30 days, we did about $7,500. And then from that though, like the following month was like a big dip. So I think I joined the program after we had that decent start and then it kind of declined. And then I realized, we had to do something to build some more momentum. And so that's when I joined.
Awesome. And so fast forward to this year, would you say your best month, you're doing like over 6 figures a month now? More or less?
Yeah. So our best month with Black Friday and last November, we did about, I think, 140,000 top line revenue. And so that's way more socks sold, in that 1 week of our sale than, that first order was, 2 years ago. So that's, kind of funny to think about sometimes, like just the amount of, units we're now able to, sell to people. And because we believe in the product so much, like it's a good feeling to be able to know that people are actually using it and enjoying it and buying it. So it's like just beyond the numbers, like the goal is to have an impact. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the growth's been insane. I mean, I don't know the math of from where you started to 140K, but definitely like at least almost like 10xing, maybe even more than 10xing your growth, which is amazing. What would you say that's kind of the time commitment is required to kind of make it through this program and be successful? Like I would say like on a weekly basis.
I think the time commitment is really about creating, like, it's less so like being in the ad account all the time and pushing all these buttons, because what's what's great about the program is you set up a good structure for everyone based on their needs. So that structure has worked well for us. And, things are always evolving. So if we have to change something, you've been there to help us with that. The real, time commitment is creating ads and content that you can use elsewhere as well. But that's the real time commitment. And also the calls each week, which are, super helpful and don't just like touch on ads, but have, touched on everything else that you need to know to run an e-com brand, which I think that was actually a surprise going into the program, was that, there'd be advice on email and other stuff too. So that's been helpful.
Yeah, that's a great point. And what's beautiful about the program, it is called Meta Ads at Scale. I always tell people, even my agency clients, like, I care about anything that messes with my meta ads. My meta ads have to work, got to be successful. So email impacts your ads, your website impacts your ads, your SMS, right? Your creative, your offer, right? How many times we've talked about different offers testing, right? So it's like all that stuff is all encapsulated in the program. Even Google ads, I think I'm pretty sure we've helped you with Google ads getting live, right? So it's like some stuff that in the beginning I wouldn't really thought about having it in the program, but we've had so many brands like yourself scale and be successful that like it makes sense to add Google. So I run Google ads for most of my agency clients and even my own brand. And so it's just a natural progression. Like I try to help you guys in as many ways as possible. And I love doing it. So yeah, I appreciate you kind of bringing that up. And then kind of based on everything that's happened, like where do you see your brand, like end of 2026? Like, are you seeing a massive year, at least doubling revenue? Where's your brain at for that?
Yeah, I want to be, we from 2024, which we started in May, so it wasn't a full 12 months, but we grew 4x in, 2025 compared to 2024. And I want to try to do that again as long as possible. I guess there's a point to where that doesn't make any more, like that doesn't work if you keep multiplying by 4, but that's kind of my goal. And we surpassed my goal in 2025. So hopefully we can surpass it in 2026. I feel like our products, because they're made with natural materials, like it's important to me that I do think they're better than the synthetic alternatives on the market. So I see it as a good thing to get them onto more people. It's not just about
yeah, exactly.
Make a ton of money. So yeah, it's that's the goal.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same way about like, even my programmers. Like, yes, more people in my program, I make money. At the same time, though, my impact, right? Me helping you has helped you help so many people with your product, right? So it's like, I feel the same way. I think the world's a better place if you're able to scale your brand, you're in batter, which I think you will for sure. So to wrap things up, if someone was on the fence about joining Meta Ads at Scale, well, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I think to relate to what I said before, like I think there are a lot of people who get nervous about spending money on ads or trying to be like they think it's aggressive or off brand, like whatever concerns someone might have. Number one, you're able to, like, there's so many different brands in the program that have different ways that they want to approach things, and you're able to sort of accommodate that and figure out a strategy for them. And the other thing is, like, if you have a product that you think is good, you should want more people to try it. And for that to happen, they need to see it. And so you want to set up the right structure for more people to, get your product in front of more people, and, doing it on Meta is the best way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's like in some ways it's like a necessary evil, right? Like I don't want to give Zuckerberg money, but at the same time it's like, well, have an impact on the world and get your brand out there. It's kind of a necessary evil in some ways, but I think it's also an amazing platform. It's allowed you to kind of not have to work the 9 to 5, right? Live your dream life. And so many people in the program, have quit their jobs. Literally messaged me the other day that they quit their 9 to 5 and are full time on their brand, which nothing makes me happier than that, truly. So huge thank you for coming on, Ian. I think it's going to help a ton of people. One, get more information about the program, but two, just know that, hey, like they can do it. They definitely can do it just like you've done it. So thanks so much. And we'll talk to you soon, Ian.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, later. Thank you.